Hey everyone, I'm really delighted to be speaking with you now about a really powerful practice called Orin therapy that I just came out of the closet about right now. I've had, well, I still have my aging bottles of Orin in the closet, but I told my father about this practice I've been doing for the past 3.5 months today, so I feel no pressure about keeping it a secret anymore. And I'm really happy to share this really amazing technology that we all have and we can all do for free. Wow. Orin therapy. And orin is another word for urine. And some people have a reaction of shock and disgust right now, and that's so beautiful. People have asked me how do you keep your hair so wavy and nice looking? And I'm like, oh, I just use my Orin. And they tend to get away from that conversation. Um, People ask me what was in my bottle, carrying around a bottle of my Orin. Oh, what's in there? And when that happened, I lied, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's apple juice. and then, and then he was later telling a story about how somebody asked him what he was drinking. It looked like that color, and they asked if it was his pee, and he's like, damn, of course not. And then I was like, well, actually, it is really good for you, you know? and oops, I lied to you a second ago, and this is my Orin. But yeah, coming out of the closet about something that people think is a little disgusting because we have this misconception that it's waste when it contains trace minerals, and it contains a lot of good things that our body didn't use at the time, but it doesn't mean that our body can't reabsorb them later. Waste actually comes out the other end. It does not come out. Salt does come out, so people who practice Orin therapy tend to not want to eat salt at all. And I still eat salt, but through practicing this, I've come to not want it at all. And a lot of things happen when you start to practice that it's a direct communication with your body. The first person who told me about this is a really beloved friend and super powerful person who's unfortunately no longer with us. And I just honor her and thank her so much for sharing this initially with me. She learned it from her herbalist who told her to get to know a plant by fasting on the herbal tea, then for a day, and then fasting on the herbal tea and eating the herb itself, and then fasting on her Orin on the third day. And that is when you drink your Orin, it's not only you're getting the DNA of the plant, you're getting all of the trace minerals that were in the plant are in the Orin, and it's your body, your DNA's communication with the plant's DNA's. You're getting to know how your body interacts and reacts to the food that you eat. And sometimes your Orin can actually taste really good. If you eat fruit only for as much as half a day, Orin can taste sweet like coconut water. And for this reason, a lot of people who practice it advocate for a fruitarian diet or a raw diet. And I was doing that for a while, and I felt really, really light and amazing. I feel really, really light and amazing even if I eat cooked food. And in fact, for me personally, eating cooked food helps me stay here and continue to feel light and amazing. And maybe people who are a little bit less open can open up to the light and be real floaty from eating raw food. It definitely is detoxifying. It helped me to detoxify a lot, but Orin itself is incredibly detoxifying. And I had an experience of having lots of parasites in my life, and in India I flushed out a lot of them, but quite unnaturally. And as I practiced Orin therapy, I found that parasites would flush out of me still, and I didn't feel that unhealthy, but there were still parasites there. And actually, most people do have some parasites, and Orin is a really good way to flush them out. It's really easy, actually, and sometimes they still come out from this, and it's really, really amazing. It's so detoxifying. There's a couple of ways that you can practice Orin therapy. Just as a homeopathic remedy, it's effective to take a couple of drops, and through acclimating the energy of it through under your tongue, it's like getting a signal of what's going on in your body. How's your body reacting to your food? And then there's coming from Shivambu, which is the kind of teaching in India that tantrics knew about Oran therapy, and many tribes around the world know about Oran therapy. And the traditional suggestion is to have the mid third of your urine. So you urinate for 1/3, then you keep the middle third and drink that, and then the last third you also urinate out. And this is great. This is a good medicine. It will help keep you a lot stronger and give you a lot of energy. And taking it a step even further and flushing yourself out completely is the more modern practice of looping, which is drinking every drop of your Oran, or drinking as much of it as you can. And every drop is a little bit too much for me, but the more you practice it, the more that the less your body kind of urinates, because somehow I don't understand every scientific means of it. I'm only speaking from my experience of it, and knowing that looping has really tremendously helped me. It's given me a lot of energy. I can digest almost anything, yet I have less hunger, and I feel awesome. I hope I can convey that to you too. I feel awesome from this and from a lot of things, but this has been a key part in taking myself to the next level. And not only internally, externally is just as important. Bathing in your Oran. And from a spiritual perspective, Oran's a really great name for it, and it helps you to shift your perspective. And Oran, aura and in. It keeps your aura in. It keeps you from leaking energy out of your aura. And I the first time I used aged Oran for rubbing, and you don't just put it on your body. You rub it in, you rub the muscles, you rub the lymphatic tissues, you move that, and you soak it in. And the first time I did this, I felt like my energy was pulled into my body, and I felt so much energy. And the bacteria and the stuff in your Oran is like a shield. It's like a shield from outside illness coming to you. And it's not just a shield from illness, it's a psychic shield too, which is so amazing. When I first started practicing about 3.5 months ago on a really cool group called Distilled Waters here, talking about distilled waters and Oran therapy, I saw a post that was talking about somebody who had an entity, a psychic, non-physical being that was attached to them for years and sucking their energy. And this entity disappeared the first time they used external Oran as a therapy. And it really is that powerful. It's so powerful. Sometimes, especially when you first start doing it, for me, there were these like black lines, and some of it was obviously like dirt. Some of it felt like it was coming from within my skin itself. And I don't really know what it was, but I know that I felt a lot better when it's gone. And if I don't do my rubbings, yet still do a shower, or go into water for a week, but don't bathe in urine, these things still come off. So it is something that needs to be maintained. It's not like you just do it once and then you're healed. It's a spiritual practice. It's a regular practice. And because we absorb through our skin, we're absorbing the trace minerals, again, that our body didn't use at the time that we had whatever we ate, but can be reabsorbed internally or externally. And externally, absorption happens quicker. And because when we shower, we're absorbing from whatever water source we use from. Many times, if there's heavy metals in the tap water, we're still absorbing heavy metals. So I don't really like to shower. I don't wash the Oran off afterwards. The smell, yeah, there is a smell that's present. if your diet is clean, the smell isn't that strong. If you keep the aging oran, which some people age for a week, some people for a month, some people for a long time. But if you don't cap it, the ammonia smell doesn't build up. But I've capped it, and it smells really strongly of ammonia. It contains a lot of ammonia, and it still makes my skin radiant, glowing, soft, and moist, and it's really powerful. The smell is absorbed within an hour, and if the smell isn't completely absorbed, you can use essential oils or some kind of scent to cover up the smell, which it does go away, sometimes not immediately, as it's kind of absorbed into your skin. And so this is an incredible practice that has helped me transform so much. I have just lost the desire for a lot of foods that weren't really helping me. I've been able to develop a more of a relationship with what's going into my body, with my body itself, and I strongly recommend it to everyone. Your body knows what it needs, it will produce what it needs, it knows what's missing, and through your oran you can get those things that you're missing. And if you take something that's poisonous, or some people say if you have a venomous bite, your oran will produce an anti-venom. So maybe for a lot of people this idea is way out there and still gross, but I just strongly suggest for you to try what you can. If you can just take a couple drops of your morning oran tomorrow under your tongue, do that. If you're ready to drink the middle third, do that. And if you want to start looping tomorrow, great. It does create a strong detox, and it's good to have a network like the Distilled Waters group and watch other people's videos, like a really cool sister on here, Changa Charanga, who posts really amazing videos about her experiences with oran therapy. And I don't intend to document my whole experience about my ongoing experience about this, other than to just share now and plant the seeds, because I have a lot of other things to talk about too. But this has become an integral part of my self-care and also my spiritual practice, and it's totally transformed my life. So try it.